Certain fruits can be viewed as off limits on the keto diet because they have too much sugar in them. And it makes it hard to enjoy different types of recipes where the fruit is the star ingredient. I already showed you what you can use in place of apples if you want to make keto apple pie, but what about bananas? What can you replace a banana with if you want to make something like banana cream pudding? Let me show you. There are sugar-free banana pudding mixes that you can get, but they contain some strange ingredients like maltodextrin and other ingredients that a lot of us just tend to shy away from. Not only does homemade pudding taste better, but it really is just as easy to make using just 4 ingredients. Start by adding a half a cup of powdered allulose sweetener to a large bowl. Whisk that with 5 egg yolks until smooth and creamy. You really could use any powdered sugar-free sweetener here, but you might need to add a little bit more, like 2/3 cup to 3/4 of a cup if you're using a blended sugar-free sweetener like Swerve. I prefer allulose because it doesn't crystallize when it cools and the powdered sweetener dissolves really well. Next, pour in 2 cups of heavy whipping cream into a saucepan and bring that to a simmer over low-medium heat. For a dairy-free version, or if you're trying to limit your calories and fat intake, you could substitute out the heavy cream and use half canned coconut milk and half almond milk. Once it starts to bubble, remove it from the heat and let it cool slightly. You want it warm but not too hot for the next step, which is to temper the eggs. Carefully pour half of the warmed cream into the egg mixture. This will help bring the eggs to a warm temperature without scrambling them, because nobody wants a side of scrambled eggs with their pudding. Once that's incorporated, then just pour in the rest. Transfer that mixture back into a saucepan and return to the stove top. Then we'll heat the mixture over low heat, stirring it constantly. While that continues to thicken, let's talk about an excellent replacement for fruit juices, which are also off limits on keto. A fruit flavor sugar-free substitute that I like to use in place of fruit juices is Element Electrolytes, who is my sponsor for today's video. Not only do these packets come in a wide range of delicious fruity flavors like raspberry, watermelon, orange, and citrus, but they hydrate you better than fruit juice and water alone since they contain a science-backed formula of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. There's no crazy dodgy ingredients, no gluten, and they're sweetened with stevia. Instead of drinking 1 cup of orange juice that has 28 grams of carbs, you can drink a cup of orange-flavored Element Electrolytes for just 2 grams of carbs. Right now, Element is offering my viewers a free sample pack with any order. You can try 8 of their flavors free with any Element order. Just go to drinkelement.com/KetoFocus. Back to the pudding. Heating that mixture slowly over low heat helps to thicken the pudding while keeping a smooth texture and preventing those eggs from curdling. You want it to thicken enough just to coat the back of a spoon or your whisk, which is around 5 minutes, and then you can remove it from the heat. But what happens if you go too far and your mixture curdles? The good news is that you actually don't have to start over. For minor curdling, just use an immersion blender or a stick blender to reincorporate those curdles back into a smooth, creamy texture. You can also press it through a fine mesh strainer like this one, or just tell your kids that it's banana-flavored tapioca pudding. Now for the bananas. No, we're not really using bananas. This is just a prop. To get that banana flavor, well, we're actually going to use banana flavoring, and you can find this at most grocery stores. They're usually in the spice aisle next to the vanilla extract. But this is a trick we often use in keto to get a flavor that isn't normally something that's keto approved into a recipe or a dish. Cover the top of the pudding with plastic wrap and press it down to the pudding to prevent any condensation from dripping down into your pudding. Then you're going to refrigerate this for at least 2 hours to help thicken. Classic banana pudding uses vanilla wafers and whipped cream. Obviously, it's easy for us to make a keto-friendly whipped cream with heavy whipping cream and sugar-free sweetener, but the vanilla wafers are a little bit tricky. Luckily, there's a brand out there called High Key that makes a keto-friendly vanilla wafer. It's only 2 grams of carbs for this entire bag. Now, what if you wanted to use a banana as a thickener and not really for its flavor? Like, for instance, if we're making smoothies. Well, I show you exactly how to make a thick and creamy superfood keto smoothie in this video right here without using a banana.